All right, topic 6 is over probability. That's the topic that we just kind of went over. We just ended with where you had to calculate some probabilities on some quizzes through your Forge math, and also we did a little flip book with the probability, and you did your carnival. So just make sure you know the difference between theoretical and experimental. You have a little question about that. Um, Odds are, we're going to ask you to use some results from an experiment to come up with the probability. But theoretical is what should happen, and the experiment is what's going to happen based on the events that occur out of the number of trials here. Okay, so here we see that there are 6 green marbles, out of a total of 10. But here they picked the green marble 28 times out of the experiment of 50 trials. So there's the difference between the two. Okay, it should be 60%, but the experiment here was 56. So in this example, I'm giving you the results of 100 randomly selected students at a campus. I can see it's 100 trials because I can add this up, this total. You want to know the total to complete your experiment. This total is 100. So they want us, suppose one student is chosen at random. Okay, so that capital P means probability to take a year off. So what I do is I look for take a year off. There was 12 students that chose that out of the 100 in the survey. And you want to simplify that. You want to reduce that. This can be reduced to 3/25. Okay. Now, here we have a probability of trade school or community college. Because there's an or, we're going to have to add up those results. So trade school right here was 15, and community college was 24. So we had 15 for trade school plus the 24 for community college. That's going to be 39 out of the 100. Okay. So the probability not a 4-year college. Okay. So not 4 years of college means everything else is chosen. So we're going to exclude the 43. So I'm just going to subtract that from 100. That's going to give me 57 as a result out of the 100. So no college or a year off. So no college, okay, would be going to a trade school, okay, or no, sorry, no college would be here, not plan to go to college. So that's the 6 for no college, or a year off. A year off is the 12. So that's a total of 18 out of the 100 to took the survey, and that can reduce to 9 out of 50. Okay. Now, I'm going to look at some other possible probabilities. These are all theoretical because we're going to take the possibility of the event occurring out of the outcomes. Rolling a 6 on the die. There's only one 6 on the 6-sided die. Okay. Drawing a black card out of a well-shuffled deck. Excuse me. There are 26 black cards. There's basically 26. There's a total of 52 cards. 26 red, 26 black. So this is half. Okay. Drawing a red 2. So a red 2. There's 4 2s, but there's 2 of them that are red out of 52 total. Okay, so that can be reduced to 1 out of 26. Okay. Now they want a Q on a die that contain all of the letters in the alphabet. Okay, 1 out of 26. I think there's 26 stuff. That's right. All right, now this is when we're doing compound events. We're trying, anytime we see the word and, we're going to end up multiplying for each one. So this is saying the probability of getting a 4 times the probability of getting the F out of the word giraffe. Okay. So another cube for 4, that is, I'm going to write it out over here, guys. So we have 4 times the probability of the F. All right, the number cube of 4, that's 1 out of 6. And then we're going to do times the F, there are two F's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 letters. So 2 out of 7. And we're going to multiply that together. So you can just go straight to your calculator. Sorry. 6 times 7. And we're going to simplify that. Simplify it. And the answer is 1 out of 21. So that was our A here. So probability of an even number and a vowel. Okay. Even number, half of the die is even. The vowel, there's an I, there's an A, there's an E. Okay. Let's see if you can get this one correct. Let's just simplify that. Yep, we should have 3/14. And then it says a jar contains 5 blue marbles, 7 yellow, and 8 green. You want to know what's the probability of randomly choosing a blue, not replacing it. So this is going to affect our total. And then choosing a green. So we're doing probability of blue, then the probability of green. So not replacing basically means once I take it out, and I'm not putting back in. That's why the total is going to change. So we need our total here. The total marbles that we have is 20. Okay. So probability of blue, that's going to be 5 out of 20. But let's say on my first draw, I pick a blue. Okay. So now my total is 19 because I took that one out. But to get a green, that's still going to be 8 because I didn't pick a green the first time. I just picked a blue. So it's going to be 8 out of 19. So we're going to multiply those two. We're doing 5 out of 20 times our 8 out of 19. And we get 2 out of 19 simplified, which is B. So let's just try the next problem here. Check your understanding, and you are done. Thanks for getting this done and redoing the ones you need to get a good grade.